you can't help but not think of who might have held these notes at one time, whether it was a Civil War, World War II, World War I. The first thing I personally do when I hold a bill is wonder who touched this bill. The Joel R. Anderson Collection of United States Paper Money is an accumulation of roughly 240 banknotes. Mr. Anderson's goal was to collect one example of every type and denomination since 1861. One of the many highlights in the collection is the Grand Watermelon note. It's from 1890, and it's a Treasury bill. The reason why we call it the Grand Watermelon, if you look at the back, the zeros are shaped pretty much identically to a watermelon. There's only two pieces known, and Mr. Anderson has one of them. The value of this bill, and it is the finer of the two available, or the two in private hands, we expect it to bring between $1.5 to $2.5 million. The featured portrait of this bill is General Meade. Meade is known basically for defeating General Lee in the Civil War. This is the only banknote that he is depicted on. Being a $1,000 bill, what that means is it was exchangeable in gold or silver at that time. And today it is still worth $1,000. Any bill that the United States government has ever issued since 1861 is still considered legal tender. What that means is you could go to the bank and exchange this for $1,000. Very foolish because of the value of the collectability of the bill. Most banknotes didn't last very long because they're made of a combination of cotton and linen, so they deteriorate over time. The beautiful thing about currency is the artistic appeal to it. It took many years for these master engravers to perfect a bill, and you would essentially have to do it with a mirror and engrave it backwards. The colors that were used and the anti-counterfeiting technology was amazing at its time, that a lot of it is still adopted today. The bill I'm holding here is an 1869 legal tender note, also known as the Rainbow Series. As you can see, with the blue and green tint, creates kind of a visual rainbow effect. This note is excessively rare and could possibly be the most valuable in the collection. We would estimate this between $2 and $3 million. Here I'm holding is an 1880 $1,000 silver certificate. This is one of only two known, and features William Marcy as the portrait on the front. The value of this note is between $800 and $1.2 million. Here I'm holding is an 1891 $1,000 silver certificate. This is completely unique in private hands. The Smithsonian has the other example. Personally, this is my absolute favorite in the collection, and I was fortunate to sell this to Joel Anderson in 2013 for a record at the time at $2.6 million.